Time is running out for a Tamil asylum seeker family stuck in detention as they fight deportation to Sri Lanka. And today, supporters made a last-ditch appeal to the Immigration Minister.
A petition carrying almost 200,000 signatures delivered to the only person who can change a family's fate.
This is a cause that no one can ignore.
And a promise this week from the man vying for PM.
I will immediately ask my minister to revisit the matter, and I would ask the government, don't send them back before the election.
Over a year ago, in a pre-dawn Border Force raid, Priya, Nadez and their two little girls were wrenched from their Biloela home in central Queensland. With Sri Lanka's long-running civil war over, our government decided it was safe to send Tamils home. They've been detained in a Melbourne detention centre ever since.
There's two young children born in Australia here who I think have the right to an education, to appropriate medical care.
My youngest daughter, when she sees other young kids, she doesn't even want to play with them. She's always crying. She's taking antibiotics because she has an infection in her teeth.
The eldest of the daughters, Kopika, turned 3 last Sunday, her second birthday in detention. In June, Tarunika turns 2.
I want to go back to Biloela and then I want to go shopping.
Australian Border Force says the family has received access to all appropriate health and welfare arrangements, but the community they've left behind says they're better off back in Biloela.
Nadez was one of the very hard labourers out at the meatworks, somewhere where we rely on migrant workers.
The family fears persecution if they're sent back to Sri Lanka.
It's not safe for Priya and Nadez to go back. It's certainly not safe for my little granddaughters to go back.
But a federal court appeal to review the Immigration Department's decision failed last year. This week, the High Court dismissed an application to review the matter. Their legal avenues appear to be exhausted.
I am asking Australian people just to give me a small place to stay here. I can't go back. It is very dangerous.
A wish that could rest in the hands of the voters.
Of course, if we lose, it's out of our hands, but if we win, there's hope for that community.
Well, he will win, so that family will be watching the election result with a fair bit of interest, I would have thought.
They would, yeah. It's amazing what happens when you actually see the story and you see the people behind the kinds of headlines and issues we discuss. We should point out that the project did approach both the Immigration Minister, David Coleman, and the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, for comment. We didn't, however, get one.